see, when you're in business, some people thought having a lot of clients is where they deem as success. But having the right clients and less headache and good team members is a success to a good business because time waits for no man.
Welcome to the Aussie Ambitions podcast. We're here with our new guest, Angela Goh. She's the founder of two companies, Cleans Online and Zen Resources Real Estate. So we're going to hear from her a little bit about her background, and we're quite interested to hear about those industries. So welcome, Angela. How are you?
Thank you very much, Scott, for having me.
All right, no problem. So could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your companies?
Sure. I come from a hospitality background. I've always been in the service industry for a very long time. Born in Malaysia, grew up in Singapore, and I've worked in many five-star hotels in Singapore. And in 1988, I immigrated from Singapore to Sydney. And my first job was at the Regent Hotel, George Street. And, hospitality industry in Singapore and Australia is quite different. And of course, I had to get too used to the culture. And that was good. The reason being I have been I must say comfortable dealing with international people. So moving to Sydney and able to speak English, I was quite comfortable to blend in. I've worked in the Regent, the Park Hyatt Hotel in Sydney, and was very involved in the pre-opening, involved with quite a few five-star hotels. And then I left the hotel industry because I wanted to start my own company. So 1996, I opened Angela's Home Helpers. That was the housekeeping company, and I wanted to utilize my experiences dealing with a lot of VVIP clients from Singapore, where I've served prime ministers, I've served celebrities, and also actors, actresses, well, they are celebrities, and and also dignitaries, presidents, and they has taught me a lot about to give very, very good customer service in order to survive in the business. So I was also very lucky to be able, to be trained by a hotel school from Switzerland. And I was the first female butler in Marina Mandarin in Singapore. And because of that, I realized when I came to Sydney, I wanted to do more, not just working in a hotel. I wanted to be able to have my skills to share. And I always wanted to be a businesswoman. So at that time, I was only 25 years old and took the risk and opened up Angela's Home Helpers myself. And within 3 months, I had 500 clients. And majority of them are working women, and a lot of my cleaners, I was able to assist a lot of single mothers who wanted to work. And because of the time they have between 10 to 2, it kind of suited them to clean homes at that time so they can send their children to school and pick them up as well before 3 o'clock. So that works very well. And with the housekeeping, I wanted to do more, not just cleaning. So I wanted to assist women. So women, I mean the cleaners. So I trained them. I trained them in how to clean a house productively, because sometimes a big home might take 6 hours, but with the right skills and the right chemicals, we can clean a house for 3 hours or 4 hours, for example.
So can I just go back? So you were quite a young founder at that point.
Yes, I was.
You had a desire to be independent and
That's
pursue
correct.
this, and then you did have to build it from scratch.
That's
that right?
correct. I built that from scratch, and being new, I call myself a new migrant at that time. I approached a newspaper company called The Leader in the Sutherland Shire. So I approached them and asked if they could do a write-up about myself. And from there, I had customers from Sutherland Shire all the way to the North Shore. And from the North Shore in the eastern suburbs, I was approached by New Woman magazine. The editor contacted me and asked whether I would like to be featured in their magazine, which I did. And from that magazine, I had a two pages of myself and the experience that I have and how I was able to assist women to get back to work. And from that magazine, I had a lot of phone calls from women who wanted to start up a housekeeping company as well. And as far as Perth, Melbourne at that time, I was very overwhelmed and privileged to be featured. And from then on, yes, so it was a risk, and it was a good risk.
Wow. Okay, well, that's going to be helpful for a lot of people that are in a position where they could be looking at changing something in their lives. And like you said, you'd build up some experience with a pretty unique clientele. So 5-star hotels.
That's correct.
And Singapore 5-star is a next level of 5 stars.
That's correct.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Is there anything more in Singapore? Is there more than 5 stars?
No, there's never a 6-star. I mean, I did the auditing for Burj Al Arab in Dubai, and everyone, said it was 7-star, but there's no 7-star or 6-star. There's only 5-star.
Okay, all right. So that's but the world of hotels, and it's more of an experience at that point. So, and then the clients that you're networking with, are they also in that segment, or is it clients from all over, all walks of life?
All over. Funny enough, majority of my clients, they are working women, and they are business women as well who work from home and who don't have time to get their house clean. So it's a mix. And I do have also older clients who maybe their children are overseas who can't take care of them. So I created quite a good relationship with a lot of my clients. One of my very good client in Sydney, in Cronulla, when I started Angela's Home Helpers, she was the wife of Sainsbury supermarket in London, right? Mm-hmm. So 96 years old at that time, vibrant old woman, and we clean her home every day, 2-3 days, and we also do some shopping as well. So really, with my butler experience, as being a butler it is a very good position. I've learned a lot, and it's a matter of loving to serve.
That's okay. So that's the business model has been probably established in sense of helping people maintain their properties and their home. There's different levels of things they need, like exactly butler, concierge service to perhaps keep. Well, I'm curious in lots of things, but is there a model that you're pursuing now? So you've got, we were talking before about you having an app and looking at the technology side of things.
Yes, correct.
If we fast forward to where we are today,
sure.
The Cleans Online, is that a new brand extension from Angela's that you founded before?
That's correct. Angela's Home Helpers, I sold the business many years ago. And when I started with Cleans Online, it wasn't an app at first. It was manual. It was me coordinating all the cleans and interviewing the cleaners, and the emotions and all the, I was like a mother. I was like the organizer. I was everything to clients and cleaners. Then I realized it has taken a lot of my time, and I wanted to work not just in the business, I wanted to to have a business where it can be global and it can be easier to manage. So my business partners and I decided to develop an app, and which we did, and we finished the app only last year. I mean, it took a while because I need to design the app so that it would we want to keep it simple, because a lot of people are afraid of technology, like myself sometimes. and we want to make it very simple for anyone to use. So then it is now finished, and the app will be, we can use it globally. I mean, when I posted on LinkedIn, I had a lady from Dubai who is South African, and she wanted to start that in South Africa. And she is an executive housekeeper of a 5-star hotel in Dubai. And I do have inquiries from other women from US, from the UK, who send me messages and said, hey, the app sounds interesting. How can we be part of it?
Okay.
So the app is designed, for example, just like Uber, where you can book at any time, and the cleaners will need to. So we have 2 apps. Where we have one is the client app, and the other we call customer, and the other is the cleaners app, but we call them partners. We never like to call our team members cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
We like them to be involved in our business, so we call them partners.
Yeah.
So there are 2 apps. So meaning that if a client wanted to book a cleaning, they can do it at any time, midnight, 2 a.m, and once the job is sent, then it'll be farmed out to all the cleaners. Whoever took it first, then that will be their client. With an online app, is one thing that we need to be very careful, of course, is security and the experience of the cleaners itself. So we have a lot of questionnaires before they are accepted. So meaning that we need to have them police checked. We make sure they need to have insurance so that they are covered. And the app also is a safety net for the cleaners as well. So when they turn up to the house, they will click checked in. So we know they are in the house, and the clients will also be aware the cleaners are in their house. So when they finish, they checked out. So meaning we're able to trace as well, more for safety reason for them.
Okay. So the app is going to be something that people can check out for sure. The business model I'm interested in, because that's where you have a good understanding of the market and how it all works, but there's perhaps lots of people that could join in on in servicing the demand out there, especially if you've got some standards that they can follow and or at least the brand. So you're basically building the brand that people will be aware of. Is there how would this compare to, say, like a franchise? Because if I think of what I see out there in the cleaning services world, there are probably some franchise groups, but that model is quite different because they're charging quite a heavy fee. So it's almost like to start that business, to join that, it's a risk. In your model, is there something that makes it easier for someone to get involved?
It's very easy because it's free.
Okay, free for the partner?
Free to the partner. So anybody can log in and download and be in the platform. The cleaners, some of them have their own companies, or they might be a franchisee of a large franchise companies, and they are able to join us as well. So if they don't have any work from the franchisee they bought, from the franchise they bought, and they wanted to work with us, they are able to just have the app turn on. So really, it is meant for everyone. It is meant for, when I say everyone, they need to have the necessary experience as well, because cleaning is actually a skill.
Yeah, I can appreciate it.
Yeah, because
for sure.
some of those big homes you mentioned earlier, which we clean, some of them have got marble tops, and some of them have got tiles that, if they don't have the experience, they might use a floor cleaner, and leave street marks on the floor. So they need to have the necessary experience. That is why we do have videos of cleaning, of how to clean, so they can follow as well. At any time they want to look back, they just log into their app and go to the video training.
Okay, wonderful. So if I can sum up, you've got this great resource for the whole industry in a sense, and people can choose to get involved, and they can benefit almost like you said, that Uber model where
Correct.
people can, as long as they have the proper approach and you can vet them, and
that's correct.
But no financial upfront.
Not at all, because we don't believe in that. We just felt, when you charge someone, there's always this stress and commitment. So if you give someone for free, you help them as much as you can. So it works both ways. So we are both happy.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a limited time today to cover all the things that you've been working on, but I just wanted to, and feel free to point us in the right direction. We'll make sure to get the website at the end so people can check it and download the app.
Yes.
Your experience in the real estate industry, or just the knowledge of, I guess, how Aussies, what they aspire to in the home market, some of the activity. So can you tell us a bit about the real estate side of things? What have you been doing in the real estate industry?
Sure. The real estate, the real estate company that I've set up in the beginning was to organize events for developers and market their stock overseas. So I've taken quite a few development on the Gold Coast to South Africa, to Kuala Lumpur, to Singapore, to Hong Kong, and also in Malaysia. And I wanted to set that up more so as an event coordinator for the developers.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, I what is the right word to say? I would introduce them to the various agents in that country, so we move the stock fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like a broker type scenario where you would get a percentage?
I do. So meaning that if a developer has 100 units to sell, and if I take them over to Malaysia and coordinate with, let's say, 30 agencies in Malaysia, and they would have 100 real estate agents, so the stock can move very, very fast. And yes, I do have, obviously paid commissions by the developers to do this, and all the advertising, the hotel accommodation are all been, what's the right word to say, been sponsored by the developer. Okay. So my role was more an event person. And it was very successful when I did that. Then I went, obviously into housekeeping. Then I realized now, after COVID, the hospitality industry, the tourism is suffering. And a lot of my cleaners are international students. So when COVID hit, I lost nearly half of my cleaners. So for that reason, I realized as well that, you need to adapt, you need to change when this thing happens. So my goal for 2021 and beyond is to look at myself and see the experiences I have both in hospitality and real estate. And I am very good in customer service, client retentions, and the skill that I have, because I've done a lot of styling for the hotels as well, for the housekeeping rooms, So then I wanted to, my real estate now will be setting up property management so that I can assist landlords and tenants as well to utilize my services where I am able to clean their unit and their homes, and have a team of very good cleaners to maintain standards. Because at the moment, during COVID, I have lost very good cleaners, and the ones I have now, you have to babysit.
There's a quote that I think you have on your LinkedIn, which I found quite interesting, which is about being selective, even in this difficult time of shortage of partners
Yes.
within the network. I think the quote was being selective of your clients, but also the team
That's correct.
members. Could you tell me a bit about your feeling on that and being selective on where you spend your
Sure.
time?
Well, you see, when you're in business, some people thought having a lot of clients is where they deem as success. But having the right clients and less headache and good team members is a success to a good business because time waits for no man.
Yes, absolutely.
And also because of, sorry to interrupt, Scott, because of the experiences I have dealing with a lot of people and also age. I'm 53 now. I'm not shy to tell you about my age because I think when you get older, you get very confident and you get your sense of direction in where you want to go. And you select the right client who will not give you a headache, but understand and appreciate what you are giving to them. We are giving them quality of life by cleaning their homes so they don't have to do it after their hard day's work. The funny thing, during COVID, I have lost no residential clients, but I've lost a lot of hotels and Airbnbs because of the transient in tourism. So that tells me as well, when you have a cleaner in your home, it's like always going to the same dentist or the same doctor. You don't change because you're so comfortable and you're having the right, and our cleaner, 1%, what's the right word to say, 1% retain, because I don't lose any of my cleaners because I treat them very well. And the clients have to know as well when we select a cleaner or with the app now, they also must show respect to the cleaners as well. They will be part of their family. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a part of your brand, let's say. So you can put that out there as it's this network, but it's almost like it's a healthy community. It's not like people that are over demanding or, clients can be obviously paying for a service, but there has to be, you're building long-term relationships.
Very much so, because a lot of my clients, or I should say when I started hospitality, I was only 17 years old. And I am still in contact with my first boss. So I have that skill to retain a lot of my past employees when I had the housekeeping business in Sydney. And when I told them that we are going to expand in Sydney, I have 15 of them to meet when I get there. So I think because when you are a business person, you need to be very real and very humble, and you need to be very caring with lots of empathy. Doesn't mean that you are a founder or you're a business person that you're too high up to talk to anybody. Like, when we were very busy with the hotels, I would go with my runners, with my shorts, long shorts, I must add, and help them strip the beds and wash dishes, and so that they are not as stressed. And if they're having a hard time or there's a complaint about any rooms or homes, I never point a finger. I always say, well, tell me what is wrong and tell me how I can help you. It's not pointing finger, because clients and our team members are both clients to us. Mm-hmm. So if they're both happy and they're both content with what they're doing, everyone is happy.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing the just the dynamics of it, because,
yes,
like you said, it's not just a singular team. You sort of have to deal with networks. And are you having to go to many locations? Like we're on the Gold Coast here now. Are you looking at other cities, or do you have a view of getting into other cities?
Oh, for sure. In Queensland, definitely. In March, we are going to launch. In March 2021, we're going to launch the app, to have as many cleaners to download the app. So when they download the app, maybe after 2 weeks, I will then market to the clients. It will be the whole of Queensland. It will be the whole of Sydney. Then after, when we have some kind of control and system, and everything goes very well, then we will go Melbourne. We will go Adelaide. It doesn't matter. The app is statewide. Anybody can use it. So we are going to set up a support team in Singapore, and my business partner is there now. So we're going to have a lot of support team and the service. Online app, what we want to portray to everyone is still to have a human touch. We do not want just an app to say just booked and that's it. Once if we have a new client, there'll be somebody contacting. Are you happy with the service? So there will always be, and I'll be the one doing the social media, because I enjoy that. So the app is as when you're asking me, yes, it will be everywhere, but first Queensland and Sydney to start off.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a really good example for people listening in, likely from overseas. And there's a lot of people that have thought about building an app and how to build their existing business and extend it with an app. It's not as easy, I think, as many people think. There's a lot of steps, and but I think over the longer term, it's definitely a powerful tool and strategy. So I'd encourage everyone to consider how to go digital with their business in some way. But also, I like how you mentioned that there's a clear plan to go city by city, because often when you go too big in the world of marketing, you don't have much of an impact at all, or it's too hard to control. You might be dealing with different time zones, for example.
That's correct.
So I think from here forward, we'll definitely keep track of the launch, and certainly if people have questions, they can check it out as well.
Sure.
Just before we wrap up, because we've got a limited time today,
Sure.
But can we just get a sense of, you're a founder of two companies, and I'm not sure if they're both operating at 100% or if you're looking to exit one and continue with the other, but the sense of balance, how do you feel with balance in your life? I know you've got limited time today, but how about in general?
Well, I'm very organized. So really, I'm a very morning person. I'll wake up at 5 a.m. and I can do 7 hours work in 2 hours. Being organized is so important. The reason how I'm so successful in the hotel industry, and I forgot to mention, I was also in the airline industry. I flew with Malaysian Airlines. And being in those industry, it taught you punctuality, it taught you organization. And I've always been like that. So to balance, being balanced, that's why I started with the Clean Online app. Because the app is going to give me passive income, right? Because it will be an online app. And the real estate, yes, I will take some of my time to start and to meet tenants, to meet clients here and there. But I think you really need to also discipline your clients as well, that I'm not here 24 hours. I'm not there for you 7 days a week. So my plan is to have Sunday, Monday off, turn off my mobile, and I will have two phones. So one will be work phone and the other is personal phone. So I will have to teach my clients, teach anyone who wants to get in touch with me, just, Tuesday to Saturday, I'm there from morning to night if you want to view a property or whatever it is. Then Sunday, Monday is my time. So Sunday, I love to spend time with family and do something more meaningful to the soul rather than just business,
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Personal boundaries, for sure. A lot of people
Yes.
can relate to that, whether it's you setting them up or just understanding what feels good for you.
Yes.
You mentioned before, I think, about looking at Sydney market. Are you looking to relocate from where you're living now, or are you going to be a long time?
Very lucky. I am able to retain all my clients on the coast because I told them I'm going to move and expand. And that's what I meant by relationship and retaining clients, is because of the skill I have. I'm able, to portray this trust and confidence to my clients. And they say to me, well, you're going to be in Sydney, doesn't matter. We can still call you if we want. But the domestic cleaning runs itself. So really, with the app, it's going to be running itself.
So you're looking to move just to grow the business in a new market?
That's correct. That's correct. To grow, because the Gold Coast, I must say, is suffering a bit. But again, in Sydney, there's 5 million overpopulation. Even though if I get 1%, I'm happy. So to expand the business is one thing I'm very excited about. I love starting. I'm a go-getter, I don't get afraid. And sometimes friends ask me, are you sure? I say, no, there's no, are you sure? It's that to go with confidence and just do it.
Wow, that's really, really great. I appreciate you sharing that perspective, and it's exciting to see you set the priorities where you've got a lot of experience, but you're looking ahead to this opportunity, which is, it's a change. So you're embracing the change. You're going to look at a new market, putting yourself in there. You've got to learn all the different. You've got to deal with the ups and the downs. There's going to be traffic, but there's there's population there and a business opportunity. So
Yes.
really, really great. Look, I think we appreciate you sharing all the stories. We're happy to have you back anytime, and we wish
thank
you lots of
you.
success with the launch. And I think there's a lot of takeaway items in there in terms of just starting a concept and even perhaps using some technology, but then in the end, just I guess focusing on the stages and one thing at a time. So really, really great. Can you just tell us where we can follow you in the future and the next step? So you've got your website?
Yes, I do have my website. Is cleansonline.com.au. That is my cleaning company. And the real estate is zenresources.com.au. And I will be using Facebook a lot and LinkedIn and maybe, interview like yourself to have brand awareness, to market the app itself.
Certainly.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a good introduction. Everybody can check it out from here. And we very much appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.